Nice of you to drop in.
Hello people, I'm the Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some of my ideas for the Wolverine 3, because it's Hugh Jackman's last time as Wolverine. Wolverine is my favorite Marvel superhero. Hugh Jackman is fantastic as Wolverine, and it's going to be so sad when it's over, but I wanted to give some of my ideas, because obviously the easy choice is Old Man Logan, even though like they don't have all the characters. Like Mark Millar himself had said some ways that they could do a Old Man Logan without using the characters that Disney owns, but besides Old Man Logan, there are other great story arcs to borrow from, and here are some of my ideas that I think they should implement into the movie. But obviously they won't put this into the movie. This is just stuff that I would personally love to see in the movie. Now, to me, what they should do is borrow elements from Jason Aaron's run on Wolverine, specifically Wolverine Goes to Hell. I said borrow from, not, straight up adapt, because Wolverine Goes to Hell is a huge storyline that is really complex, considering like all the different characters and everything you'd have to explain, but they could definitely borrow elements and make it a great movie. So, yeah, I'll tell you guys what the gist of the story is in Wolverine Goes to Hell. So, what happens is Wolverine is lured by Mystique to this trap to where all these people send him to hell. They do this whole ritual, and his soul sent to hell, but a demon comes from hell and takes over his body. But what happens is this group that sent him there, they are called the Red Right Hand. They're a group of people that have been wronged by Wolverine in one way or another. For instance, like say like someone's dad was a bad guy, and so Wolverine killed him, and so now they're like, well, I want justice for what happened to my dad. So they joined the Red Right Hand, and that's what's been going on. Like this one guy, stuff happened, and he wanted to get justice for his dad, and so he recruited tons of other people that Wolverine has wronged, because Wolverine's been around for a long time, so there are tons of people that Wolverine has affected over the years. And so what happens is they send him to hell. Wolverine's there in hell. He defeats Satan while he's over there, sort of becomes the new Satan, and then uses like his power to escape from there. It was really cool, like the trials he sort of went through down there. Like he saw Mariko, which was his love from Japan. That was like his big time love interest, and like he had to leave her there, and he's like, you don't deserve to be here, and she's like, just go. He had to climb out of hell. He beats Satan. He climbs out of hell. He sees his own father while he's down there, his actual biological father, which was kind of a big deal. And it's like, holy crap, Wolverine's meeting his actual father. And he sees Sabretooth while he's down there, but he defeats Satan, and he's able to climb out of hell. When he comes back, well, prior to him coming back, this demon that had been controlling his body, kicked the crap out of a lot of X-Men, just messed up Colossus so bad. But it's comics, so he didn't really kill anyone major, but he messed up a lot of people, and it took a lot of people to to bring him down. Wolverine climbs out of hell. He's sort of trying to take control of his body back, and then the X-Men enter his mind through Emma Frost. A bunch of X-Men enter in there, and once they do that, Wolverine's able to take control of his body again, and after that, Wolverine is pissed because of the fact that these guys sent him to hell, especially at Mystique. So he hunts down Mystique and kills her. Yes, he kills her, and it was awesome. One of my favorite Wolverine moments in comics. It's such a cool fight, because we have Deathstrike there, the male Deathstrike, who is Lord Deathstrike. He's this super cool assassin, and he's there. He's trying to kill people, so it's like this three-way battle between Wolverine, Mystique, and Lord Deathstrike, and it's awesome. It's this really cool chase, because Mystique's pretty much delaying the inevitable. If Wolverine wants to kill you, you're pretty much gonna die. So Mystique's this whole time being really crafty and stuff, and using sort of using Deathstrike to her advantage, because he's there as a distraction, but he attacks her too and stuff, and so it doesn't really go her way, and in the end, Wolverine kills her. Later on, she gets resurrected because comics, but for that time, that was awesome. He just straight up kills her, stabs her, and it's great. I loved it. But after all that, Wolverine realizes, okay, I need to go after the real threat, the real people that sent me down there. Mystique was just someone they used to get me down there. Now I need to go after the actual people who sent me to hell. So he goes after the Red Right Hand, and they're holed up in this room. Well, on his way there, there's just hordes of, well, not hordes, but sort of waves of different mutants coming after him. He just takes on one mutant, then another, and another. He kills all of them. They're not two random mutants, and when he gets there, everyone's dead, because everyone realized, hey, the way to get Wolverine? Do all this stuff and not let him get his revenge. They all drank from this cup that would kill them, except for one kid who was there, and he didn't drink from it till Wolverine got there, because he wanted to see the look on Wolverine's face when he got there. But they're all dead. and like it's insane. And then Wolverine sees that they left him a video message and it's playing, and they left him a book showing him proof of stuff, and what it turns out is all those mutants he killed were his children. Yes, his children that he had over the years of just going around and being Wolverine and living that long, and children he never knew about. Turned out he had all those tons of children, and he killed them all. And it was like, dang, that's some heavy stuff right there. Wolverine killed children he didn't even know he had, and this really screws Wolverine up severely. Like, he goes into like this big thing to where he's like, he just goes in the woods. He's like, you know what, I'm an animal, I don't belong with people. And so he goes in the woods and he sort of like lives with these wolves for a while, and he doesn't really get out of that state until these people come and they capture all these wolves. They like beat Wolverine up, they take these wolves, and he follows them and realizes that what they did was they captured children and they captured wolves, and they would have the wolves hunt the children. Like, they'd throw them all into a ring and have them fight each other. And so Wolverine basically just killed everyone there, and that was when he was done with with the whole living with wolves thing. And then all the Avengers and X-Men showed up as like, hey, we need you back. And so Wolverine came back to being Wolverine, and that was sort of the end of Wolverine Goes to Hell. Now, obviously, that was a lot and really complicated, and that wasn't even everything. That was just sort of like the gist of the storyline, so they couldn't do everything. But to me, what they could do is they could do the Mystique aspect. Even if Jennifer Lawrence doesn't want to come back, get the original actress from the original X-Men films. I thought she was great. And also, Jennifer Lawrence might come back, probably not, but she might for Wolverine's last film. Who knows? She probably wouldn't, but I think Rebecca Romijn, I think is the name of the lady who played Mystique originally. I don't remember her name, but something like that. She did a good job as Mystique, and I think she'd be a great coming back. And yeah, just seeing Wolverine hunt down Mystique for whatever reason they want to use. They could connect it to, if you saw in Days of Future Past, she became Stryker. At the end of Days of Future Past, Mystique becomes Stryker, and Stryker's the guy in the X-Men movies who's behind everything that happens to Wolverine. Because the reason I said in the X-Men movies is because the Stryker was part of the comics, yes, but there were a lot of other people that were involved heavily in turning Wolverine to who he is, such as the Professor and like Cornelius. So yeah, but in the movies it's Stryker and Mystique becomes Stryker. So obviously, if you had in the future Wolverine learns the fact that the reason he went through all that crap was because Mystique became Stryker, then that would make Wolverine get really pissed off. Enough to kill Mystique. And to me, this movie should be a 3-hour epic, personally. Like, I love that. They won't do it, but I'd love for an R-rated 3-hour epic, because it's Hugh Jackman's last time as Wolverine. So could you imagine we get, like, sort of the flashbacks. It starts off in the past. I know we've gotten a lot of the past, but still, it's Wolverine if he's doing cool stuff. And we get to redo what happened with Weapon X from X-Men Origins Wolverine, except do it better. Do it like in the comics, to where we saw, I think it was Greg Rucka who wrote it. I don't remember who wrote, but I think it was Greg Rucka. There was his interpretation of Weapon X was to where when Wolverine got out, he did not leave anyone alive. The only guy that like lived through, that was there at Weapon X, that lived through Wolverine coming out and killing everyone, was this guy who got like chopped in half and was barely alive. I would love to see that. Wolverine breaks out and no one's alive. He kills every single person there. I think that would be awesome. Unlike in X-Men Origins Wolverine, where he breaks out, kills like one guy, and then jumps off a waterfall and retreats to a farm. I thought that was kind of stupid. Could you imagine Wolverine breaking out, killing everyone, and then being on the hunt for Mystique? Especially if they add Lord Deathstrike in this movie. Like, you could add some background with him, show some stuff for him. I think that'd be cool, because he's a really cool villain. Like, he's got this sort of mysteriousness to him. And then of course you'd have Wolverine hunting down Mystique, and that'd just be plain awesome, seeing Wolverine try to track down Mystique. And you could have Mystique try to hire other people to get in between her and Wolverine, because obviously in a straight up fight she's not going to do too well. For instance, in Jason Aaron's run, even, you had Sabretooth and Mystique were a couple, so she could easily get her big boyfriend Sabretooth to come and help her out, and we could get an awesome final fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. And also we could get Liev Schreiber back. Liev Schreiber is freaking great as Sabretooth. One of the only good parts of X-Men Origins Wolverine. He was fantastic. He was great. You know, X-Men Origins Wolverine, terrible film, but Leaf Schreiber was fantastic as Sabretooth. He added like not just the beast element, but he did the beast element, and he made Wolverine seem like this really creepy, sort of a methodical dude, and I really like that, and he did a great job. I'd love to see him come back and him and Wolverine have at it. Sabretooth and Wolverine have a fight. That'd be great. And yeah, I just think this would make a great film. You know, obviously I didn't go too in depth, but I just think it'd be awesome to have a redone version of, you know, Weapon X, seeing Wolverine break out and kill everyone. We obviously need a backstory of what happened with Mystique controlling everything, because he'd have to catch people up. For if anyone didn't see Days of Future Past, they don't know, like, oh, Mystique was Stryker and everything. That to me is definitely enough to get Wolverine pissed about the fact that you know, that Mystique did that to him, so he would want to kill her for that. Like, I could see that happening. Some other more fan service stuff I'd love to see in this is I'd love to see Wolverine in a costume. I don't care if it's his X-Force costume or his classic costume or whatever you want to throw him in. Just put him in one of his costumes, please. I want to see Wolverine. I want to see Hugh Jackman Wolverine in one of those costumes. It'd be great. It's his final movie. He needs to be in it, especially like a final battle or whatever. I think that'd be fantastic to have him in that. I'd love to see Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool show up, because I think Ryan Reynolds is pretty much up for anything, and he's probably one of the few X-Men actors that you could probably get really easily to be on the movie, because he loves Deadpool so much, and it's Hugh Jackman's last time. I really do think they could get him on there if they really wanted to. So yeah, definitely Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool making an appearance would be fantastic. Seeing these two on screen, there were rumors that Hugh Jackman's going to be in Deadpool, but we don't know, to where having him show up in Wolverine would just be great. I'd love to see those two on screen together. Like, that would be a dream come true, literally, to see Wolverine and Deadpool on screen together, portrayed by Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. That'd blow my mind. And yeah, so those are just some other little things I'd love to see. So to wrap up, I'd love to see Wolverine, you know, everything that happened in the past with him and Mystique, because Mystique's, you know, Stryker, so she's the one that caused that to him. Wolverine coming out, killing everyone at the Weapon X facility, except obviously, like, she got away somehow, and so later on he decides to hunt her down. You have Lord Deathstrike doing whatever it is that's going on with him. Like, they could set that up in so many different ways. They could be like, you know, we want you to kill Wolverine for some reason, why don't you kill Mystique, whatever, because, you know, he works for money, so have him kill whoever he wants for whatever. We'll have him try to kill people for whatever reason. It's not that hard to come up with one. And for, you know, Mystique to be on the run the whole time, Wolverine trying to chase her, and her getting Sabretooth to fight Wolverine because of what's going on. That's what I think would be cool to implement Deadpool, would be Wolverine and Sabretooth are having an awesome battle, and then Deadpool just comes out of nowhere, and like, well, after the like fight, and Wolverine's all pissed because he just beat up Sabretooth, he beat him, and then Deadpool comes out of nowhere, he's like, hey, Mystique, you know, hired me to protect her, and then they have a fight, and then Deadpool is like, you know what, I never liked Mystique, or something like that happened. I think that'd be great. And yeah, just something like that. Anything with Ryan Reynolds Deadpool would be fantastic. I'd love to see that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Wolverine Deadpool. Please let me know in the not Wolverine Deadpool, on Wolverine 3. Again, these are thoughts that are not Old Man Logan, because Old Man Logan is the easy pick. I personally would love to see a true to the comics Old Man Logan more than anything that I suggested in this video, but I want to suggest something different, because everyone's saying Old Man Logan. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below, though, what would you love to see in the Wolverine 3? And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I wanna go